Hello everybody and welcome back here at Adobe Live. Good morning, and we are here at Like a Pro, which is a new show here at Adobe Live. First of all, I want to say a quick good morning and hello to everybody who's here in the chat. Steve, nice to see you. It's been such a long time. Lovely to see you hanging out here. And of course, Bruce, Michelle, ciao, nice to see you. Lovely to see you hanging out here this morning. Sean, Steven, Sam, Peterson in the chat with all our wonderful, useful, share, clickable links. Robert and Juan Carlos, Caroline, and all of you in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me here at Adobe Live with Like a Pro. And if you're watching from YouTube, make sure to tune in on b.net/live. And that's where we're going to be streaming and where I can read your comments. So if you are watching from YouTube and you're typing some comments, unfortunately, or you're asking questions, I will not be able to cater to them or to reply. But if you head back to Behance or b.net/live, you're going to be able just to jump in the chat, say hi, ask your question, interact with the community. But for those of you, and before I get started, I want to say a quick hello to Andrea. Nice to see you. Miss you so much as well. Another amazing instructor. Go and check her out. Ciao, Luca. Nice to see you. Fantastic. But let's get started. And for those of you who are new here, this is a new show, Like a Pro. 30 minutes, 30 wonderful minutes together to start the day. And as I say, this is a new show here on Adobe Live. And whether you're looking to grow your business or start a side hustle, or maybe you want to really stand out on social media, or simply just want to hang out here with this wonderful community at Adobe Live, well, Like a Pro is the perfect show for you. In fact, if you tune in and join us every Thursday, remember, this is a weekly show, every Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, you'll be able to learn how to create new social media assets, professional looking social media assets that really make you stand out, how to whip up a quick logo, that's what we did a couple weeks ago, and how to create layouts for flyers or posters, and even how to create short videos. Today in particular, we're going to learn how to edit a photo professionally in order to transform it into a very outstanding social media post for Instagram with Spark. So today we're going to be using Lightroom and Spark, but remember, here there are many different apps always, so make sure to tune in. And of course, as I said before, this is all going to happen in 30 minutes. So, gonna really learn how to get our skills, and especially using all these amazing free apps as well. And that's something really important as well, because regardless of your skill level, again, as I said, if you're starting a new business and you're not a designer and you want to learn how to accomplish these tasks, maybe you don't know how to do it, or you're just, again, you're managing a business, so those are like side skills for you, well, that's not a problem. We're here to help and to work together. So make sure to tune in every week, and we're going to be learning together how to design fun, but most importantly, professional content at Adobe Live. And having saying that, everybody hopefully is clear what this wonderful show is about. I'm very excited and honored, as usual, to be here at Adobe Live, and I'm ready to get started. And today, I think we're going to be jumping right away into my mobile, because I want to use Lightroom Mobile. This is an application that I use very, very often. Creativity on the go, usually when I am just outside, or maybe just sitting in the park, or when I used to travel on a plane, anywhere I go, that's the app that I use to edit. Even the photo right here, I'm gonna post it on my Instagram, and if you don't know me, I am Claudia. I'm a designer based in Manchester. You can find me on Instagram at I am Claudia. And in fact, I'm gonna actually jump real quick into my computer first, and here it is. You can find me at I am Claudia. And what I wanted to show you is that before and after of the background photo. So I'm gonna pause that. But to get started, I want to show you the before and after of today. That was yesterday's show, and let's see if the post went through. Maybe not. I posted before and after of today's story. Let's view the story. It's not there. Right, if not, I'm probably going to be able to show it to you on my mobile real quick. And if not, I'm going to post it right away. Let me see what's going on real quick on my mobile. I really hope that the post was already there. And it should be. So for some reason, it's not loading in here. But if you go on I am Claudia on my stories, you should be there. And I think it is. Yes, here it is. So this is the photo that we're going to be working on today. We're going to work on an asset for a pet shop, a small business. And you've seen the before and after on that lovely dog that is going to be modeling for us. By the way, big shout out to our lovely Bert that is being modeling for us in the pet shop. And having said that, let me jump back into my mobile. And for those of you, by the way, we're going to be editing the photo in Lightroom Mobile and then jump back into Spark. Hopefully we can do everything on mobile. We're going to be using a logo, which I whipped up in literally 30 seconds before the stream using the logo maker here on Spark. For those of you who are not familiar with Spark, is an app that you can get on your desktop and mobile. We talked about it in the previous Leica Pro, the very first one that I launched a couple weeks ago. So make sure to go and check that out. How to create a logo with a wonderful logo maker. This is the logo that we created. It automatically updates in your app. So once we're going to go in the app, we're going to see that happening right away. And let's jump on my mobile. Here it is, ready to go. And that's the super cute Bert. So they sent me this photo from the pet shop and they were like, Claudia, you know, Bert is looking super cute, but we have all these things going on. We have the tags from the towel. The shop is not looking like all nice. And as much as this photo came out so naturally cute because Bert is just adorable, you know, although it looks like, you know, please get me out of here, but it's still very, very sweet. They needed a way to make this photo look a little bit more professional so they could use it for their social media. And that's a little bit of the before and after what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to go from that photo to this very sharp looking photo. And, you know, hopefully we're going to be able to create all these edits. If not, I'm just going to show you the major tricks and then you can go ahead and take all the time that you want in order to finalize your photo. So this is going to be the final result for Bert. Norsh is saying very useful for freelancer. Yes. And let me see if there is any other question in the chat. Spark, I've played with it. Yes, it's super, super useful. Let's see. Norsh, nice to see you. Afroya. Let me know in the chat if you're starting a new business or if you ever had like to edit your pet's photo perhaps. I have 2 cats. Let me know in the chat if you have any animals. I have 2 cats, Frida and Kahlo, and you know, sometimes it's just hard to catch them in a good photo, and then that's why I think it's important to learn how to edit them and make them look professional, especially if you need to use them to promote your business, like in this case for the pet shop. So real quick, let's jump into Lightroom, and I'm gonna go ahead and start from our photo. So you can take photos in Lightroom, which I strongly recommend. Cesar is asking, is possible to receive feedback on my profile? The best way to do so is to join the Discord channel. That's the best place. That's the wonderful Discord community. Make sure to tune in during the Illustrator Creative Challenge or the Photoshop Creative Challenge or the XD Creative Challenge. Depending on the app that you're using, you can post your profile, and I'm sure that Sam will be able to help you with the link in order to join the Discord community and get feedback on your work. Clarissa, you're watching my InDesign stream replay. Yes, we're going to be back at it right away, but it's time to work because time is ticking. So we're starting with this photo. As I say, I'm going to go ahead and tackle some of the most important features here while editing, and I'm going to start with some local edits. So usually when we look at editing an image, we work with global edits, which are all the edits from the word auto onwards. So everything that has got to do with light, color, effects, details, geometry, those are all the so-called global edits, and they're going to affect the entire areas of the photo. While if we're going to look at everything that sits on the other side, in particular selective and healing, those are going to be our local editing. So let's jump into our healing to start. As you can see, you might be able to notice two familiar icon here, especially if you work in Lightroom or in Photoshop. We have the stamp clone and the healing brush, and they're going to be able to help us to localize certain area. But let's get down into do it. These three icons that you find at the bottom, one is the size of the brush. You'll see on the very top by scrolling up and down, you'll be able to set the size of the brush. You'll see the number increasing and decreasing, and also you'll have like an actual sample. That's the one in the middle. So the red dot that you see on the left, that's my finger moving up and down, and the dot in the center is actual sample of the size of the brush that we're going to be using. And the second down is the actual feather. So we're going to be basically we're going to be working on how sharp the edge of our brush are going to be for a selection. So we're basically creating a mask. But let's get down to do it. I'm going to go ahead and click and pan and open our image in order to click on the detail, because first thing we're going to do is to remove the tag. So I'm just going to go ahead and with my brush, I'm going to select and start to paint over it. Now, as you can see, this is quite a large selection and it was too fuzzy. Don't worry if it happens something like that and you're not happy with it. All you have to do is to click on the top arrow in order to undo. And in this case, I'm going to make my brush smaller, and I'm also going to feather it a little bit less. So now I can go and start to paint a little bit better and really get those details. And it looks like we need perhaps a larger brush. I'm sorry, but with the preview is not always the best case here to see what's going on, as I already have another red dots to show you where my finger is going, but you get the gist. Like I'm trying to here show you as much as possible. The red area of course covers the mask, so this is the area that is going to be covered with the mask, and the little diamond will show you where the mask is placed. So what you want to do here is to move the mask whatever you prefer, and then the other area which is on top is going to show you the area of the photo that you're going to be using in order to replace the pixels. So remember, the first diamond, the one that you paint in, the mask is the area in which you are going to the area that you're going to replace. So there are the pixels that are going to be removed and replaced with other pixel, and the second area are the one in which are going to be used to replace, so the new area. In fact, we can click and drag and move, and if you see, if I want to put a paw there, we literally can go ahead and use whatever area we want. In this case, I kind of stuck with whatever is underneath. It's nice to have that sort of sense of continuity, and all we have to do now is to perhaps create a new little brush area over here where we have our little towel, and in this case I'm going to make it even smaller, just like so, and paint it on top, and we can remove it with another area of our towel. Now I will recommend to spend a lot of time, and I usually work in a lot of details. Hi, Mama Valdair. Ciao, Valdair. Nice to see you, son. RB, Mamacita. Yes, so I usually recommend to break your image down into different areas. The more you work with details, of course, the less the photo is going to look retouched. But that was one of the example that I wanted to show you. And as you can see, in just a few clicks, we pretty much got rid of the little tag that we didn't like. Now, something else that is really important here is for example, a little bit more of a healing. So the healing difference from the brush is just going to smooth the area. So if we want to go ahead where we can see that the wall has some like darker marks, all we have to do is to paint on them and then just sort of move and replace the area just like so. And you get the gist. I'm not going to repeat the same action because I'd rather show you different tools, but you can go ahead and eventually remove the entire tube. That's what I've done in my own time for the entire photo. What I want to show you now is how to change colors. So something that I've done is to first of all, I'm going to go ahead and click on the little tick at the bottom here in order to accept the changes with my healing brush. So we exit now from the edits, and it looks like there is like a little spot there. If that happens to you as well, don't worry. All you have to do is just jump back in the healing, select whatever is the effect that you don't want, or you may just maybe tapped there by mistake, and then click on the little trash icon, and that will be gone. And then again, accept the changes. And remember, when you work on Lightroom, you can always tap on the photo to see the before and after. So that was the before and that was the after. Like in literally a few seconds, we got rid of some areas that we don't want. Again, another thing that I wanted to do here is to make sure that I isolate our lovely bird and keep him in color. And then we make all the background black and white. And we can do that with the selective edits. In this case, I'm going to click on the plus and then use the brush tool. And again, here we have pretty much the same sort of tools in terms of size and feather in order to create a selection, which is basically going to mask certain areas of the image. And I'm going to start to go and paint. And I can be a little bit aggressive here because I'm going with the pretty much the entire background, because what happens is that then we can go ahead and use the eraser tool and zoom in and maybe make the brush a little bit smaller. And then I can go ahead and clear all the area that I do not wish to affect with my edits, just like so. And again, you really want to zoom in and take your time. I'm trying to go really fast because I want to show you more tools. All I have to do here now is to jump into color, head to my saturation, and then bring the saturation down to 0. So as you can see, there was like a red sponge. We can kind of see there as well. Again, what we have to do here is to make sure that with our brush tool, we go back into the brush and we paint in our selection. So look what happens. Even if I paint over the towel will become we just lose the saturation, so we kind of the black and white effect. But with the towel, I just want to change its color. So I just want to make sure that I zoom in where the red sponge is, because I want to get rid of all those background colors and just leave it in black and white. And then again, please take your time and really zoom in and make sure that you work all your details here with your mask. And remember, the brush will allow you to add details, so you're adding detail to the mask. And by the way, if you ever want to see and go back to whatever the mask effect is, click on the diamond. See, the diamond will be able to show you. See, we have like, oh, poor Bert, we have a little bit of a mask on his face. We need to make sure we delete that. So I'm glad actually that we click on that. Click back on the eraser, and that is going to show you where the pixels are deleted. See, so it looks like I have to add a little bit there. And you can, you can toggle back and forth as much as you want. It definitely looks like I'm going to have to work with a smaller brush in order to really get those details there. But you get the gist. You can keep on going as much as you want. And perhaps I need to delete this area here. When you're done, click on the plus icon and you can go ahead and add as many effects as you want. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and click on the brush and create and add another area. As you can see, we have a second diamond that is going to show you the different selection, and you can toggle between the two diamonds in order to select. So in this case, we have this area, and in this other case, we have this area, which is just the towel. Here, we still have our color, so our saturation is there. What we want to do is to change the value of the color. So again, we're going to go under color, and under hue, remember, we can just move the hue, and as you can see, the area that are affected from the mask will change color. I kind of like that sort of green tile is like my favorite color, so that's what I was aiming for, just like so. And remember, if you just want to refine a color just a little bit, just by tuning in a little the colors, make sure to select use fine adjustment. So you're just going to have like smaller refinement there. Then, of course, always with the color, just if we want to bump up the area, maybe we just bring the saturation a little bit more. And of course, you can see I missed a lot of details here. That would just be the case of toggle back into our brush, make sure that we have a smaller brush, really zoom in, and just go ahead and paint in the area that you missed. So literally in few minutes, guys, we have already achieved pretty much a really big result. I'm just going to go ahead and paint in a little bit more, just those details. Again, here I only have 30 minutes, but feel free to use your time and make sure that you do take all the time that you want. Another things that you can do here is, for example, to just use those local refinement to bring a little bit more of contrast. So if we want to bring our lovely bird cute little face out, we could perhaps just, paint an area just over Bird's face, our little doggo here, and just, change again the saturation and have a little bit of a play. We have literally 3 minutes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and accept these changes here. And another thing that I'm gonna do is to go ahead and head to the crop, head to the custom, and select the 1x1, which is already gonna give me a perfect crop for Instagram, and then accept the changes. And as you can see, I'm gonna click on the image, and we're gonna see the before and after. So in 10 minutes, we already changed the look of the photo. From here, you can go ahead and use the other global refinement and maybe just adjust the exposure and the contrast. And perhaps here what really work nice will be a little bit of clarity in order to have a little bit of contrast in the mid-tone, just like so. When you're done, you can export your photo. I'm going to export it to my camera roll real quick. And then hopefully I have time. 1 minute, 2 minutes, yes, we can do it, to open Spark. And from here you can see that was the original image. We don't really like it, we want to edit it. Let's see if we can actually change the image. We can replace it, head into our photo library, and we have our new photo here, which is edited, just like so. Click done, and we can also move the logo that we created before, make it a little bigger, whatever we want, and the image is pretty much ready to go into our social media. So here it is in Lightroom and pretty much Spark. We created a new photo, which is exactly what you wanted to do if you run a business, or if you really want to grow your social media. You can take and turn any photo that you take with your mobile into a professional, engaging, and eye-catching post. And of course, if you have a model like Bert, that's going to be even easier, don't you reckon? But unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. Remember, you can access Lightroom. Lightroom is also connected with your desktop app. And again, don't forget to tune in here every Thursday and at Like a Pro in order to learn how to transform every asset into fun and professional assets at Adobe Live. And I think that's my time for today. It's time to say goodbye. Don't forget to tune in. There is so much more coming, so much more content coming here today, illustration, photo editing. I will be back here with the wonderful Alex, and we're going to be working in design. Probably we have one more minute. You can post. One thing that I wanted to say is that you can post right away your work from the Spark application into Instagram. And I'm going to show you that real quick because it looks like we have maybe 30 seconds. So I'm going to take the chance. All you have to do is to click on this very top icon at the right top of your mobile, and then from here you'll be prompted to either save the image or just open it into your Instagram and choose to post it into your story or your feed. That easy. But unfortunately, it is time to say goodbye. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later on with Alex with the digital streaming in design. Enjoy your time here at Adobe Live. Go grab a coffee and be right back for more content. I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.